Hello and welcome back to the Ski Summit Real Estate Show. I'm your local Breckenridge native realtor and local Olympian. This week we're going to be talking about Silverthorne's country line dancing, a little bit of lessons that you can jump in coming up here, Colorado's so-called buyer's market, minus the buyers, and a quick market in a minute into the year discounts. We're going to cover that and our listing of the week, 720 Lakepoint Drive. Check it out.
Ever dreamed of living in the heart of the Colorado mountains? Join me, Matt Dayton, Breckenridge native, Olympian, and mountain real estate expert. Here on the Ski Summit Show, we dive into everything you need to know about buying, investing, and living in iconic ski towns like Breckenridge, Frisco, and Keystone. From mountain real estate trends to investment opportunities, we bring you on the inside to help you make the most of your mountain life.
Welcome to the Ski Summit Real Estate Show, number 134, your go-to source for all your local mountain news. I'm here with Benji. Benji Does, my producer and live stream sidekick. Thanks for being here, Benji.
Man, thanks for having me. You guys don't have any rain yet?
We got snow on the peaks. It's actually still really pretty. We got the leaves that are gold. Just this is still just that amazing time of year. Absolutely loving it. So a little rain the other day, but you guys drowning down there?
Yeah, just about. It's flooding all over the place.
Take it, soak it up, and soak it up like a cactus, man.
Oh yeah.
So what's going on this week? What's happening in Summit County?
So what's happening in Summit County? We're talking about country western dances. It looks
Country
like
and western. Sweet.
We've got some stuff coming up soon on Friday, October 24th for some country western dances.
Awesome. So you can get some lessons?
It looks like it. It says, enjoy an evening of guided lessons from 7 to 8 p.m., followed by open dancing until 11. And it only costs $10, and you can get drinks at the bar.
All right. Show up with some dust on your boots and do some spinning out. I got a few of those moves. I work on them a little bit. Yeah, well, that'll be fun. I'm going to check that out. So October 24th, it's 7 to 8 p.m. Get your country western dancing on.
And that takes us into the next section called the buyer's market minus the buyers for our real estate news segment. What's going on?
This article is a month old, but I had just loved the title. So I had to but actually, so this is out of our Colorado Association of Realtors. And the article is talking a little bit about kind of where the market's been and trends. So this was middle of September. And they were saying for August, we were 12% down. And this is more the front range market that this is pulling from. However, Summit County tends to follow the front range market. So we keep an eye on what's going on down there so we can have an idea of what's going to happen here. So that said, 12% down, and from 12% from July 2024. That was down. They had 10% down year over year in condos and townhomes. So the previous one, that was single family. But down is kind of the numbers that they were looking at year over year. However, coming into October, things have kind of shifted a little bit. I think we saw interest rates go down about a month ago. It takes about a month for people, they start talking about their plans, family, talk with their financial advisor. And then we see that uptick. So we're definitely seeing a little bit more of an uptick in showing activity on our listings, our buyer activity personally. We've seen more of our buyers interested. So we're actually seeing a trend in a little bit different direction right now. So that's super encouraging because it was definitely pretty quiet for a while there. We'll see how this pans out with actual contracts rent and how much goes under contract and actually sells going into the fall. Does seem a little bit harder to keep deals together right now. Buyers are still kind of hesitant to get into the market. They definitely don't want to overpay, and they are coming in kind of aggressive a lot of times on their offers. So bit of advice that I will offer: if it's a property that you really like and you're not really willing to walk away from it, maybe come in, just really look at the numbers, look at the data, come in at a reasonable price. I actually heard about somebody recently, they came in with a lowball offer on a property that they really liked. Somebody else came in with an offer. Now they're in a bidding war over asking price, where if maybe they just would have come in with a reasonable offer, they would have gotten there.
Bummer. That stinks.
Yeah. So sometimes you get your bluff called, and you got to be willing Yeah, back to the country western, the gambler song. That's one of
Oh,
my
yeah,
favorites.
yeah. Know when to hold 'em.
Yep, yep, exactly.
All right.
So
Well, that brings us to our market in a minute. Are you going to show us something, or was that kind of like the same deal with the news?
yeah, I'll share my screen all day long.
All right.
Not quick draw McGraw quite though. So here's what we got for our market in a minute. So just kind of looking at some of the trends. This is past year, 5 years sales for Summit County. And you can see we've just ramped up after COVID, got to this place in November of 2022, and then kind of leveled off a little bit. And then last year was pretty decent actually, but a lot of that comes from the higher priced properties that have been selling. So I think it's important to keep that in mind. But overall, it's been kind of more along a flat trend since 2022. We've seen some price decreases. Jumping over here to the average sales prices, and then also we're looking at days on market, over and under asking price. So from 2021, that was where it was very competitive, very little days on market, and we were actually getting over asking price on a lot of properties. And then you just kind of saw this shift as we went 23, 24, and 25. So a lot more days on market. But that over under asking price, that hasn't shifted a whole lot. So we're still, under 3% for discounts on that list to sell price. That does not include price reductions when somebody drops their price on their property to actually get the price down to where it will sell. That's from that final list price to what it actually sells for. So good to keep that in mind.
All right. Well, that takes us to our listing of the week. And this week we're talking about 720 Lakepoint Drive, B4. And it is a nice looking condo out in Frisco.
Yeah, this is a great Frisco condo. Fantastic location. You got shops, you got restaurants, you got the rec path right there close by. Really like Tarn Landing. It's more of a kind of an updated condo. There's a lot of condos in this area that are a bit on the older side. You got 80s builds, you've got stuff that has, electric baseboard heat. This one is more modern, in-floor radiant heat. It's going to be just ready to go turnkey, and they've got it nicely decorated as well and updated. So check that out. Very well laid out, big tall vaulted ceilings, lots of space.
1,200 square feet.
Yeah, it's at 825,000. So it's definitely, for the square footage, price per square foot, it's really reasonable for a Frisco condo. So it's got 3 bathrooms, 3 full bathrooms. So as far as sleeping crews and everybody, that means that you got, if anybody's sleeping out in the living area or anything, they got a full bathroom to themselves access, which is really nice. But kind of a really just ideal location for this one. So been getting some good activity on this one. Hopefully we're getting close on it. I think this could be one of the next sales.
Well, I'm excited for that one. Even if nobody buys it, I want it.
Come on up. I got a place for you.
All right. That's all I've got for the show this week.
Excellent. Thanks so much for joining us for the Ski Summit Show. If you liked it, please give us a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. Either way, we appreciate you being here and hope this was useful. So until next time, hope to see you in the mountains soon. Take care.